Magic Mesmerize Me. This is Gare here, your not so fearless leader, and it is time for the drawing for our latest contest, which this time around is for a signed copy of Anne Rice's new book. Comes out in a couple of days, Beauty's Kingdom, and this, as I'm sure you're aware, is Anne's return to her erotica series, originally written in the early and mid 1980s, the Sleeping Beauty series, and this is book 4 of the series, Beauty's Kingdom. Anne wrote the books, and the first book came out, I believe it was in 1983, and The Claiming of Sleeping Beauty, which was followed the following year by Beauty's Punishment, and then Beauty's Release. These are modern classics of literary erotica, I think it's fair to say, and Anne has very unabashedly over the years referred to them out and out as pornography. I remember many years ago, maybe it was the late 80s, 1990, Anne was on a panel discussion on the Oprah Winfrey Show with several other authors, and talking about literature, talking about writing in books, and when she was asked to name what the books that she had written, she referred to the Beauty series as pornography. And I think that's being very honest and open about the books. The books, I think, are very much more than just pornography, so certainly they're about as graphic as you get, and I promise you will forget all about any pretenders, not going to name any names, but any pretenders to the literary erotica throne. You will find, even after a 30-year absence, that she has not lost her touch. Let's put it that way. So, and the world will see this book here in a couple of days, and the advance reviews are fantastic. The advance sales are, through the roof, as you would expect for any Anne Rice book. But people are really looking forward to the return of this, and I will get to the drawings here and talk about that in just a moment. Let me say, the sensuality of the book begins with the book itself. The moment you touch it, it's got a very nice, very fancy scroll design, relief. You can feel the figure. The book has a different kind of texture to it. It feels like there's a ever so slight, and I'm saying this just to be funny, resistance to the touch. And you'll know when you do get the book. It has a sort of it's smooth, but it feels slightly powdery. I don't know what they did to the cover, but the sensuality begins with the cover. That is Anne's signature on the title page. Very beautifully put out book. Very great story. Being much more than just erotica, so it's certainly that. I'm going to do a review for this for Amazon and post it in a couple of days, but I'll also say there's no reason that great erotica cannot be reviewed and hold a revered place in letters, as does any other kind of literature, whether it be more serious literature or genre literature. These distinctions are, thank God, starting to become porous as time goes by. But there's no reason that erotic novel cannot be reviewed, thought of, assessed in the same way as any other fine book. And indeed, I've talked with Anne about this book many times. I read this the first time I guess it was late last summer when I read it, and as with it, there are many of Anne Rice's themes that are in her other books that are also in this. Beauty's Kingdom is a world all of its own, and it is a kind of erotic fantasia utopia. of Vans. And the idea that Anne has, if you're a reader of Vans and you know about the outsiders in the literature, the people, the characters who try to create families of their own, who are outcast outsiders, those traits, those qualities, those concerns are here as well in Beauty's Kingdom. There's a reaching for a kind of perfect world, and Beauty's Kingdom is set in a sort of medieval fantasy world, and kings, queens, princes, princesses, underlings, slaves, bondage, sadomasochism, you name it, it's all here in abundance. There is a coming television series of Beauty's Kingdom. I don't quite know how they will do this on television myself. In a perfect world, we would have someone like and I'm sure there's some good people behind it. In a perfect world, we would have one of the great directors of the past, like Luchino Visconti or someone like that, like taking this on and doing it very seriously and, the graphicness intact. So, we had a great turnout with the contest. I have the blue and white bow here, Greek Key Design blue and white bow, and we have dozens of people's names. The contests are always a drawing on Movie Magic Mesmerize Me. I'm not going to play favorites or this one's better than that one. I'm smarter than that. But I will honestly say the contest for Anne's books are always terrific. They always have a great turnout. This one, I think, is the best yet so far. And everyone who participated, and there were dozens of you, which I greatly appreciate, took the contest very seriously. I didn't have to ask anybody to redo anything. 2-sentence entries aren't allowed. Nobody went past the deadline. All of them seemed like they were well thought out, well written. Even like the short, quick ones, were all very well done, which is greatly appreciated. And I try with my contest to have several copies of whatever it is, a book, a movie, whatever. I try to have several pieces to give away, as it just makes me feel too terrible just to give out one piece. Sometimes it is one item, it just can't be helped, but I try to have multiple winners. Today, 4 names that I draw from the blue and white bowl will receive this book, and the winners will private message me on Facebook your name and the address you want the book sent to, and I will get it off in the next couple of days. So, 4 people will win. Please know everyone who participated is greatly appreciated, and hopefully everybody, will get a chance to win something at some time or other. So, on with the contest, and I will pick the first name, and this makes me a little bit anxious. But let's see, who is our first winner? Winner number 1. Our first winner is Dawn Box Givens. Dawn's been with Movie Magic Mesmerize Me for quite a while, and she picked the piano. The question that I asked you to answer was in theme with the book, was to pick a favorite or memorable erotic scene from a movie. Dawn Box Givens picked the piano, and I agree. It's a very it's an excellent film all the way around, and the erotica in that is done very well. Very beautiful scenes between Holly, with Holly Hunter as the main protagonist. So, and we've got 4 winners. Who will be winner number 2? Second winner is Aria Acosta Alaya, and lovely Aria picked The Crying Game. Again, an excellent choice. Very moving film. Both the piano and The Crying Game, very serious movies with quite sizzling scenes of erotica in them, both of them. And of course, there's a famous revelation scene. So Aria, private message me. Aria is a Facebook friend, and she is a great longtime member of Movie Magic Mesmerize Me, and it's just great to see you winning something. Finally, Aria, just very tickled with that. Okay, 2 down, 2 to go. Our third winner for Beauty's Kingdom, Kathy Stewart. Kathy Stewart has also been with us a long time and has been a really great member of Movie Magic Mesmerize Me. Great participant. I've got her name kind of slightly covered up there. This is Kathy Stewart. She picked Body Heat. A number of people picked Body Heat, which is a very good example. You know, that's quite a sizzler with Kathleen Turner and William Hurt from the early 80s, and a movie that stands up very well all these years later. And before I pick the last name, did you know that in the 1990s, I think about mid-90s, maybe not long before her death, that Elizabeth Montgomery, the actress Elizabeth Montgomery from the old Bewitched series, did an audio version of the, I don't know if she read all 3 Beauty books or if it was just one of them, kind of like a dramatic reading of the books. My screen just went black. And that was, I haven't heard it in many, many years, but that was fun to listen to as well. Okay, we will pick the 4th and last winner. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. From the full Bloom White Bowl. And our last winner. Okay, this is cool. Keith Thompson. And Keith picked Notorious. Again, a longtime member of Movie Magic Mesmerize Me. Great member of the group. Great movie, Keith. Notorious is probably my favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie. And that's really a great choice. And I believe he spoke of, if I remember correctly, he spoke of the famous kissing scene in the movie, one of the longest kissing scenes in movies ever. So let's review. We have Keith Thompson, who picked Notorious. Congratulations, Keith. And we have Kathy Stewart, who picked Body Heat. Congratulations to you. And we have Aria, who picked The Crying Game. Congratulations to you, Aria. And we have Don Boxgibbons, who picked The Piano. All fantastic choices. So, great contest, guys. I'm not really sure when the next contest will be. We will surely have a contest on our 3rd anniversary in August, you know, for, you know, Lord willing, and we're all still around. And hopefully between now and then there will be some other films. This is a great time of year. Of course, the big summer box office movies. I'm looking forward to The Avengers this year, later this year, to Guillermo del Toro's Crimson Peak, and a lot of movies in between. So, should be a really great spring for movies. Lots of interesting things coming up, member profiles, and other things, little surprises in store on Movie Magic Mesmerize Me too. And I want to thank everyone who participated in the contest. I wish there was a book to give to each and every one of you, and keep playing in the contest and joining in. And thank you so much for being a very valued member of Movie Magic Mesmerize Me. Much appreciated. All of you guys take care.